Welcome Dr. Rajiv Rajput. He is going to talk to us about ARNI re-evaluation in heart failure with preserved ejection fraction.
So we'll talk about this ARNI, time for revaluation in HFpEF. HFpEF accounts for nearly half of heart failure cases and is associated with substantial mortality and morbidity. Just a quick recap. HFpEF is when you have symptoms and signs of heart failure and ejection fraction is more than 50%. On that, you have elevated BNPs and structural and functional abnormalities of myocardium, and that's how you detect HFpEF. The treatment of HFpEF have been pathetic. Spironolactone, irbesartan, perindopril, candesartan. Candesartan did show some promise, but all other have been a failure. Now, we had this new molecule on horizon many years back, which is ARNI, which includes valsartan and sacubitril. Valsartan is a AT1 receptor blocker, and sacubitril is neprilysin inhibitor, which inhibits the breakdown of beneficial peptides and results in vasodilatation and many other beneficial effect on the myocardium. Now, this trial we have already seen a number of times in stable heart failure. ARNI, when randomized against enalapril stable high dose, 8,400 patients, NYHA class 2 to 4, ejection fraction 30%, NT-proBNP high, on a good background heart failure therapy of beta blocker MRA on a mean follow of 27 months, resulted in grossly significant and appreciable benefit in combined endpoint of heart failure, hospitalization, and mortality with the ARNI. So with this background, it was hypothesized, can this new wonder molecule be used in HFpEF? And the first was the Paramount trial or Paramount study, which tried to evaluate the safety of ARNI in HFpEF patients and to see how it affects the NT-proBNP, which is a marker of subsequent events and has been proven in many number of trials. The inclusion criteria was symptomatic patient with ejection fraction of 45% or more with high NT-proBNP. And this is the flow chart, how the trial was planned, ARNI versus valsartan, and the primary endpoint was NT-proBNP reduction at 12 weeks and 36 weeks. Not large number of patients, 120 in each group, typical baseline characteristics of HFpEF patients, and ejection fraction of 58%. It is surprising to note that despite being HFpEF patients, many of them were on ACE inhibitor, beta blocker, diuretics, and MRA antagonists. All of these patients had good detailed echo investigations to prove that they were HFpEF patients. And this study showed that at 12 weeks, there was statistically more reduction with ARNI in patients of HFpEF in levels of NT-proBNP. And this reduction in NT-proBNP was consistent across all predefined subgroups, which include age, sex, systolic blood pressure, EGFR, diabetes, ejection fraction, AF or no AF, and NYHA class. This reduction was sustained up to 36 weeks of the study and also resulted in improvement in functional class. Although this is a short period, 36 weeks, but it did show that those on ARNI had improvement in NYHA class. It occurred at the cost of more hypotension, but renal dysfunction and hyperkalemia were less with ARNI as compared to valsartan. So this trial showed that NT-proBNP was more significantly reduced by ARNI as compared to valsartan, and this was safe. So this was a hypothesis generating trial, and that showed that since it is safe and leads to more reduction of NT-proBNP, a big Paragon heart failure trial was planned. Now, this trial included patients who were elderly, more than 50 years of age, ejection fraction of more than 45%, elevated peptides, elevated BNP, evidence of structural heart disease, and those who were or who had recovered after diuretic therapy. 10,000 patients were screened, and finally 4,800 patients were randomized to either ARNI. The dose was titrated to 200 mg twice a day versus valsartan 160 mg twice a day. The key inclusion criteria was symptomatic class 2 to 4 heart failure, mostly being class 2, ejection fraction being more than 45%. To patients who had a compelling indication to use ACE and ARB together, systolic blood pressure of 110 or less than 110 or more than 180, or a borderline potassium and creatinine level were excluded from this study. The primary endpoint was combined endpoint of CV death and first recurrent heart failure hospitalization, and there were various other secondary endpoints. There were very intuitive secondary list of secondary endpoints, which I will not go into detail. If you look at this trial and if you compare with the previous trials of HFpEF, one thing is sure that this is a more stringent trial, had more stringent inclusion criteria. Patient had to be symptomatic, elevated marker, and eco-proven HFpEF. There were significant differences in the patient population regarding age, BMI, baseline drug use, nitrate use, and the heart failure score, MAGIC score. 10,000 patients, I said, were screened. 541 were discontinued, and this is very important because 340 had adverse cardiac events, and these patients were excluded from this analysis. Baseline features were same, except the 2 pointers that ischemic cardiomyopathy was slightly more common in ARNI group, and use of MR antagonists was slightly more common in valsartan group. Except that, the parameters were baseline. And dear friends, what this trial showed, that the combined endpoint of heart failure hospitalization and cardiovascular mortality, 894 events with ARNI versus 1,009 events, looks good, but missed the p-value by 0.01, so with the p-value of 0.06. If you look into the detail, individual components of primary endpoints, mortality same, heart failure hospitalization less, NYHA class was improved, change in functional status as judged by KCCQ score was better, renal composite endpoint was favorably improved by ARNI, however mortality, cardiovascular mortality, all-cause mortality remained the same. Was there a difference in response to ARNI in predefined subgroups? Yes. There were 2 things which stood out very clearly. Patients who had a mean ejection fraction of 57 or less improved more, and females had better response. Now, this is in sync with the TOPCAT trial, which was discussed by previous speaker, that females had a better response to even aldactone in that trial. Now, as far as the side effects are concerned, hypotension, as expected, was more common with ARNI, but rise in serum creatinine and rise in potassium was less with ARNI and more with valsartan. Most of these, 48% of patients had previous hospitalization in last 90 days, and this trial also showed that closer to the hospitalization was the randomization, better was the outcome. So those patients who were recently discharged and then they were randomized, they had a higher, better response to ARNI as compared to valsartan. So dear friend, this trial is negative. So that's why need for revaluation. So my question is, should we dump this class of drug on the basis of this trial? Because the p-value is 0.06, despite the biological plausibility that it should be effective. And let us discuss few points in this line. Now, the first thing is, what is HFpEF? HFpEF by definition means more than 50%. But if you look at this trial, and if you look at the most talked about Emperor Preserved trial, the inclusion criteria in our trial was 45%, in an Emperor Preserved is more than 40%. That means there are a large number of patients, significant number of patients who have ejection fraction between 41 to 50% or 40 to 50% who are included in this analysis, and that makes the assessment little difficult. That's the first point. Second point is mortality is not reduced, but there is definite evidence of reduction in hospitalization, first hospitalization as well as recurrent hospitalization. We all know that mortality reduction is welcome, but reduction in hospitalization is equally important. This also resulted in better functional class and better preservation of kidney function that could have long-term implications in overall survival of these patients. Coming back to this ejection fraction theory, the sub-analysis showed that ejection fraction, if it was say 57% or less, ARNI was more effective. So does that mean that it could be used in those patients who had 45 to 57%? And that's why if you extrapolate that, if we include HFpEF from 41 to 60%, 1.8 million people will qualify for use of ARNI, and that could prevent 180,000 admissions annually. So use clinical judgment as EF is because EF is a variable parameter. Females benefited more. So we also know that HFpEF is more common in females. Paragon heart failure trial is not actually a truly placebo-controlled trial because the placebo arm had valsartan, and we know from CHARM preserved study that there was 0.05 reduction with a p-value of 0.05. There was reduction in mortality in heart failure hospitalization. Effect of run-in period. More sicker patients were excluded, so that might have changed the outcome and that might have diluted the result. So there is a revaluation, and US FDA has recently approved this drug in patients with below normal EF, and they have defined as below normal EF means 41 to 60%. With recent hospitalization, especially females, this class of drug can still have a role, and we have to wait for more evidence as it comes. So dear friends, there is a need for revaluation, and I think we use clinical parameters, and especially in some settings, it could be useful. Thank you very much.